All right, let's go. I'm going to do another round of Don't F*** with the Kids, part 3. We're going to highlight predator catchers I found on the YouTubes, as I like to say. Before I do that, check out a recent interview I did with Common Priest, Natalie Smith. It's a great interview. She's an amazing person. And we did talk about pedophilia some, and about pedophilia as a mental disease. And she had mentioned that the difference between pedophilia and child molestation. A pedophile may have an attraction to young people, but they may not act on it. The ones that act on it are child molesters. Now, some child molesters may not be pedophiles, as far as I'm concerned. They could just be sick people. And we brought up Josh Duggar. I think Josh Duggar is just a sick person. Now, he may be a pedophile, but she said pedophilia is more of a mental disease. And I agree with that. Now, crime and punishment as related to a mental disease and how that essentially becomes crime. I'm not sure. That's a whole another discussion. But they can be treated. And I do think that in this realm of YouTube predator catching, private citizens running stings, because that's what it is, they definitely tend to shame, and it's based in shame. It's not necessarily based in support and help for a mental disease, which is what they sort of act like in the beginning to get the predators to talk. They kind of position it as, look, we can get you some help. Let's talk about it, in order to get them to talk and eventually incriminate themselves on camera, where then they can get arrested. That's their approach. That's fair. I mean, they don't necessarily see it necessarily like Natalie and myself do. But I think that was an important note that Natalie brought up in her interview. That not all pedophiles actually act on it. But for the most part, everyone that I've seen that has been caught in these things, most of them, and you get into the chat logs, they're really f***ed up people. It doesn't matter at that point. When I hear the chat logs in the beginning, I do have empathy. And then by the end, when you hear their truest thoughts and their feelings and what's in their mind, which is in those chat logs, and the things that they say are just so sickening and so vile, and you could tell have zero conscience about what they're putting down in their mind to a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old. That's where my empathy goes out the window. But I did think that was an interesting discussion. I appreciate Natalie's view on that, and she did make me think a little bit harder about that, which I already was. So anyway, check out that interview. So let's get into it. Here's my 7th predator catcher I'm going to highlight that has caught my attention, and that's LC Predator Catcher. And LC, I believe, is Laverne County. This guy, he is fucking crazy. I mean, he will go up in someone's house, apartment, car. Like, he puts himself in risky situations for the cause. Most of them he does confront in a parking lot or on the street. I don't really see him going inside public places like the others. Like, he doesn't really do the Walmart and Target thing or the coffee shop thing. He generally gets them on the street, but when he does go inside, it's usually he's invited to someone's house or apartment. And he'll go in. And it's intense. There were some of them, much like Alex Rawson, or Gordon Flowers, he does some of this too, where he'll actually go inside. It's intense. It's like watching an episode of Cops. I mean, my heart's racing. I'm feeling it, and especially when they go live, because when you're watching it live, anything could happen. Watching it, after the fact, you kind of figure, okay, somehow this ended up okay, safe for both parties involved. After all my hours and hours of watching all these channels and personalities, I've never seen anything go south. It's never ended badly yet, but I have a feeling it will, because there's just more and more of them popping up, and they're doing crazier and crazier stuff, and it is a dangerous business. Like I said, these are citizens. They are not law enforcement. One thing, I always like to bring up personalities and taglines of the catchers. LC Predator Catcher, his thing is, after he gets them, his announcement to them and the way he does it, he goes, "Can I inform you of something?" And they'll say, "Sure." And he'll go, "I'm the one that's been talking to you the whole time. It was me the whole time." I don't know why that cracks me up, but I guess after seeing it and hearing the way he says it, becomes repetition, and I look forward to it. And that's sort of like the got ya moment for him. And there's another thing he does is, like, if you're familiar with Pokemon, it says you got to catch them all or something like that. And he's like, got him. So yeah, check out Laverne County Predator Catcher, LC Predator Catcher. And please like and subscribe.